sit back, you're sitting in your chair, and Alan Ludden is giving you the password. And the password is squash. No. I'm here today at the farmer's market. I'm Jody, and I'm here in my backyard at the Keene Farmer's Market. And the password is more than just squash. It's squash and corn and potatoes and carrots and cheese and batiks and eggs and all kinds of stuff. And so today what we're going to do is we're going to go around and talk to a few of the merchants. There's different people that are here on Saturdays as well as Tuesdays at the Keene Farmer's Market. And what we want to do today is just find out why some of these people come to this and why some of the vendors actually enjoy selling their products and what they have for specialties. So we're just going to wander around a little bit and see what we find. All right, so I guess you can follow me. So here we are at Bo Riggs Cattle Company with Wendy Bowles, and we're going to talk a little bit about the products that you have here at the farmer's market.
We provide black Angus beef. It is baby beef, which is animals that are processed around 18 months, so it's all young, tender meat.
Mm-hmm. And do you do those right at your farm?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
We have a small Angus herd of about 30 cattle. Most of them are moms producing babies.
Mm-hmm. Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So you're located where?
We are located in Sullivan, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been doing this?
Probably close to 25 years. We just started in the market within the last 5 years.
Yeah, and I've seen you at the Cheshire Fair before.
Yes.
With the little milkers and things like that. Have you been part of the, or Cheshire Fair, or been involved with that for quite a while?
Yes, for a number of years.
Yeah.
My children showed beef cattle there, and now my grandchildren are.
Nice.
And the farm museum is in memory of our son.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So you've been involved with cattle for quite a while.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So if somebody is interested in purchasing your products and the farmer's market isn't open, or they want something for dinner tonight, is there some place that they can purchase that?
We have a website. There's also a phone number on that website if they call that, and we're at the farm. We all have jobs off the farm, but if we're there, we're more than willing to have people come by. I do bring things into Keene periodically, and we do deliver.
Okay. And so what's your website?
BowRiggsCattleCompany.com.
Excellent. Excellent. So if you're interested in some excellent beef, or Bo Riggs, it's all beef?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're interested in some beef, give her a call. Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, Betsy.
Hi, Jody,
How are you?
old friend. I'm good.
It's so good to see you, and I didn't know you were going to be here today, but I'm so happy to see you.
I'm glad.
So-
I'm glad to see you doing this.
Cool. So you are here with Orchard Hill bread, one of the best tasting breads that you'll get around. Now, what makes Orchard Hill bread so good?
Orchard Hill bread is delicious, first of all, because it was Noah's dream to make it. And when dreams come true,
Good things happen.
it's nice to share them with
Yo,
people,
totally.
and that's what this is.
Yeah.
And he learned to bake from another baker in an outdoor wood-fired oven, little cob oven, and people like his bread, and it's just grown.
Yeah,
but
and
it's grown in a really organic way. It's
Right.
like nobody's being disregarded in this process. We're all part of creating this bread. Yeah.
And it's not just breads anymore.
No, now he's expanded to make focaccia. So that's a regular, all of our breads are breads, these breads are sourdough leavened. So that's a very great component of the bread. The rolls, the sweet rolls, and we have just plain rolls. I'm out of a lot of things today, which is a blessing.
Well, it's after lunch, too.
It's
And
after lunch.
it doesn't take long to get things bought off your table, too.
Exactly.
I've seen that. I was here the other day, and by half the day, you would
They're
not
gone.
believe how much stuff is gone. So
Yeah.
you better be here early.
You better be here between 9 and 10,
Yeah.
really, if you want a full
Yeah,
selection.
yeah. But they do have a lot left over, so
Yep.
come and
Come
plan to be here
anytime,
right.
and we'll make it up if we don't have it.
Yep.
We do sell in many other stores around, not only here, but in Peterborough, as far over as New Ipswich. So, yeah, and in Brattleboro, north to Saxon's River. We have a policeman coming in. We do not
come
want
on over.
it in
She'll
the-
sell you bread
what
right now.
What do you want?
Come on over.
honey. Have a cookie. Jeez. And we don't even deal in payola. She's going to pay for this.
I'm gonna pay for this.
Hello, Miss Silky.
Hello.
There we go.
You also have gluten-free bread too.
We
which is-
have, the bread kept getting air in it, so Susan is very adaptable. She's the one that's created the gluten-free line. And so now we make little rolls,
Yeah.
which people totally love.
Oh,
It
they
makes
are
a
delicious.
sandwich.
and it doesn't matter if you're gluten-free or not.
Not at
They're-
all.
they're
People are
delicious.
choosing them.
Right.
They're millet
Yep.
rolls. And then we have the wonderful Mexican chocolate cookie, which doesn't have gluten, it just has a lot of chocolate.
Oh darn!
And
I
it's
hate that.
delicious.
So
Come
Betsy,
and taste our bread.
Betsy,
Yeah.
I was talking with you earlier, and your one word for the
Farmer's
farmers
market?
market is local.
Awesome.
Local.
Here we all are selling directly from our fields and our hearts and hands to you.
Excellent. Thanks. Local. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Jerry.
Hi, how are you? Good. So we are at the Manning Hill booth here at the Keene Farmers Market. That you said, is it that you sell?
We sell glass bottled milk, eggs, beef, pork, and chicken.
Beef, pork, and chicken. Wow.
Yeah.
I thought it was all about milk.
It
You-
is
you
about
have
milk, but-
diversified.
Yeah, we do a lot now.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great. That's great. So, do you have any suggestions on what people can use your delicious milk for? Because it is nice and sweet, and you also have chocolate milk too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely ideal for drinking.
Yes.
But you can also, since it's gently pasteurized, non-homogenized, it's great for making your own cheese or yogurt, kefir, ice cream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
perfect
got a
fit.
pretty nice fat content in it.
Yep.
And now, do you guys do a lower calorie?
Not
or-
yet.
Not
We're
yet.
hoping to in the near future.
Yep.
So
And by the time this shows, it might be the near future.
it
You just
might.
never know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you do have quite a bit. Now we went up and visited your farm on
Mm-hmm.
a previous show. Your cows all looked very happy, and your chickens were bouncing around and doing their thing. It was really nice.
Yeah,
So
they're busy.
yeah, yeah. So you get the afternoon. Is this considered afternoon off today, or?
Yeah, coming to the market is kind of like my downtime a little bit,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Right,
if you
'cause
can
you're-
imagine.
Yeah, I'm sure you're busy like
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep,
yeah,
pretty
that's
much
cool.
so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you're doing really well today, and you'll be headed back. I'm sorry, back to the farm to have
Yep.
to work.
Yes.
What is your one word that you would think of if you were thinking of the farmers market?
I would think of milk. Got milk.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah.
So here we are at Monadnock Berries, and you are part of the family. It's a family-run business, and your name is
Demelza.
Demelza. And Demelza, you've been here all day selling, let's see, you've got peaches and plums, 2 different kinds of plums?
Yes, 3 different kinds
3?
actually.
Okay.
Yep, we have Methley, Rosa, and Shiro plums.
Wow. And then you've got nectarines, blueberries, tomatoes, apples. You guys have
That's
quite a
about
variety.
everything, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So it all changes throughout the season
Yep.
as to what you have. Now, do you have a certain fruit or vegetable that you like best?
I like the nectarines best.
And why do you like those?
They are so juicy and delicious. They have the flavor of the peach, but not the fuzz.
Right.
So I've already eaten 3 today. They're delicious.
Isn't that great?
Can't get enough.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel the same way. I love nectarines. So, do you have a special recipe that you like in particular?
I make a pretty mean blueberry crumble. So you just take straight blueberries, put them in the pan, a cup of flour, a cup of sugar, a stick of butter, not healthy, but great way to enjoy them.
You know what? Anything in
Stick
moderation.
it in the oven, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's great. I love
Wow.
it. Sometimes I add raspberries.
Nice,
But
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good.
So, if you had one word that you could describe the farmers market as, what would you describe that as?
I would say community.
You would say community.
Yes. And it's on a board.
I would say
Community.
awesome.
That's where the money stays.
All right, so here we are with Brenna from the old Drewsville farm. And Brenna, what products do you have?
We focus on heirloom plants and produce, so we're bringing back varieties that were prevalent hundreds of years ago from many different countries and heritages, and so they have a lot of flavor and taste that you can't find at the grocery store these days.
Totally. I'm totally there because heirloom varieties, they may not look the same as the stuff that you're buying in the store, but they are so good for you.
Yeah.
And no GMOs, no
No
new
hybrids.
stuff.
Yep.
No.
We can save the seed from all the heirlooms. So
Right.
you can take the tomato and cut the seeds out and ferment it and then plant it next spring.
I mean, look at this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this is
It's
violet
colorful.
jasper.
That is beautiful. And then look at all the other colors of the tomatoes that you have here. Look at these varieties here. I mean, that's just beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. What would you use for vegetables?
Well, I love making my own tomato sauce
Mm-hmm.
from all our own tomatoes and our own peppers and our own garlic and our own herbs. And I make my bread dough and then I get cheese from Sawyer's Farm, and I've got a really nice local pizza going on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's a great idea. So, you've got all kinds of tomatoes, and you can all mix them together, and you get a nice variety of
And that's
flavors.
something I can do all year round.
Right. Right. Good. Good. So, do you do much canning or
Yes.
freezing?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're big into canning.
Yep.
Relishes, jams, tomato sauce.
And I noticed there's a jar of something over here.
It's some summer squash relish. We have a lot of summer squash coming in, more than
Yep.
we can sell, so we started preserving it and selling it in a different way.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. And it's going to taste so good when there's snow on the ground and you can't even think about the fact that there'll be spring.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. And to eat something that came right out of your garden, it makes you
Yeah.
feel so good. So you can come to the farmer's market and buy local produce that's going to just make you feel like it's summer again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. So let me see. One word that would describe the farmer's market for you.
Friendly.
Friendly. So we have...
Friendly.
So, hi Bill, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay. So we're here with Edgefield Farm, and what is the product that you produce?
Primarily it's meats, pasture raised, and in some cases heritage breeds. I raise lamb, chicken, pork, and turkey.
Wow, you're a busy guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
And eggs also.
Yeah. Now, so how do your animals grow? Are they pasture raised? Are they, what's different about your animals?
Everybody's raised on pasture, and more specifically, I try to make sure that the animals have the right kind of pasture for each species. So the pigs live in the edge of the fields around, so that they have partially field and partially wooded habitat. So they always have shade, they always have acorns and mushrooms and stuff to root around in. The sheep are real serious herbivores, so they're in the primary, in the better parts of the field where there's better grass and more clover. And the poultry are in the parts of the fields that I'm trying to restore, because they bring in a lot of extra fertility and scratch things around and dig up weeds and so forth. So every animal has to do at least 2 jobs for me.
Right. Because this is a farm, and what is a farm about? It's about
capturing resources and converting them into food and, in some cases, fiber.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So sunlight to soil health to animal health to meat to
Yeah. It's a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had a product that you said, "Wow, I am so proud that I can do this," do you have one product, or is it just your whole line?
Probably the product that I'm most proud of at this point is my lamb, and that's something I've been doing for over 20 years now, and it's actually something that is fairly well known in the area, and it's important to me that everything be done in a certain way, and I've really figured that out with the lamb. Everything else, I think I've got it pretty good, but there's still a lot of experimenting going on.
How would you describe the farmer's market for us today?
Economic viability.
And why economic viability?
Why
are you here?
Why am I here? I am here to sell stuff that I have worked really hard to grow.
Right.
And in order to do that, I need to generate income. And most of what I earn here goes right back into the farm.
Right.
And a little bit of it goes to, to put clothes on my back and to pay my mortgage and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But, it's without a good outlet like a farmer's market, it's pretty hard to make ends meet on a small scale diversified farm like what I'm running.
Right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, Joanne, here we are at your booth for High Hopes, and today you have blueberries, but you have raspberries as well.
Yeah, I sold out of raspberries
Uh-huh.
earlier.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
So raspberries are still in season. They're still
The fall
around?
variety.
Oh, that's right, because there's different
We're out
times.
of summer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, which ones do you like doing better, the blueberries or the raspberries? Do you have a preference? Not for flavor, but for work.
Well, my favorite to eat is raspberries.
Oh, I'm with you right there. I have raspberries almost every day. Yeah, I mean, I'm totally there. Yeah. So, do you have any favorite recipes that you like with the raspberries?
We have a blueberry mountain recipe for a muffin that is out of this world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, is that in a catalog or a cookbook that you have?
No, I give it out to my customers.
Okay.
Usually every year I try to give out a different recipe every week.
Yep. Nice.
And that's one of the favorites. I've had to redo that many times.
Oh, good. Because I remember you used to have pies and all kinds of stuff, and this is much more manageable.
Yes.
And you kept the best. Because I love blueberries and raspberries.
yeah.
So let me see. What would you describe the farmers market as? If you had to think of one word to describe it for people that are coming to the area, what would you describe it as?
Fresh products.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
grown very close.
Yeah. Picked today or the day before?
Yeah. And brought right to market.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so here we are with Chris from Basin Farm, and you're from Westminster, Vermont.
Yes.
And you come over to the Keene Farmers Market on
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. Okay. And you have produce, but you also have baked goods as well.
Yes, we do. We have
A good variety too, I see. And you're sold out on corn.
sold out on corn.
Yep. And you've got beautiful eggplants, some
Beautiful
peppers, turnips,
Radishes
radishes. Yep.
and some cherry tomatoes. A few different kinds, and then also our little mini potatoes.
Yeah, those are cute. Those
Ran
are
out
delicious.
of the red.
A little garlic and broil them a little bit.
Yes.
Nice. And then you have breads. Now, do you cook? You bake these breads yourselves?
We do.
Wow. And so, is that something that you do or your wife does?
My wife and her friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice. And let's see. So you've got looks like granola too, or are these like a little cookie?
Now that granola is made by my wife
Uh-huh.
and my daughter,
Nice.
who's 3.5. She helps bag it.
Good. You know what? I love it when you can get the whole family involved.
Yes.
You know, and a 3-year-old, they can do that kind of stuff and they think it's fun.
She loves it.
Yeah, that's great. So, if you had a choice, you're going home tonight, what would you like to have for dinner?
I like sweet corn.
Just corn.
I love sweet
I
corn.
do too, yeah. And what do you
And
put on it?
watermelon
And yeah, I know.
for dessert.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, simple, nice. So, with your corn, do you put just a little salt and pepper on it, a little butter?
A
Do you
little
put
butter
anything
and
else on it?
salt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steam it.
Steam it, yeah. It keeps it nice and sweet.
It does.
Yeah, yep, good.
Yeah, my wife does a very, very good job cooking it.
Yeah, she knows how to
Yeah,
do it.
she does.
That's great. That's great. So let me see. One word that would describe the farmers market for you.
Diverse.
Diverse. And why
Yeah,
would you say
there's-
diverse?
Because there's everything from baked goods to produce. And even some of my friends, I don't know, I think we sold out of here, but we have
Bandanas?
bandanas, knitted hats, as well as some Indian scarves. So
Yep. There's something for everyone, really.
something for
Yeah.
everybody.
And you know, it's nice because each person took a personal pride in everything that they have here.
It is.
So that's great. Good.
We also even have mate,
And what is mate?
peach mate,
Oh.
which is a Brazilian tea.
Yeah, and I want to try that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, so I'll probably grab some on the way out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that sounds great. So your word you said today is
Diverse.
Hi, Erin. You thought you were going to miss out today, didn't you? Yes.
She probably saw from afar and she just took her time.
So, Erin, you do the baking.
Oh, some of it, not all by
Yes.
myself.
Oh, that's okay.
Part
That's-
of it.
Yeah. And what products do you have for baked goods? You have a couple of different kinds of breads
We're out of a lot of things because it's the end of the day, but
Right.
the granola is what I make,
with your 3-year-old
With my
out
little
here.
girl.
Yes.
and we sell a lot of that here. In
That's
Keene.
wonderful. Yeah.
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 And we make nice bread here.
Yeah. It looks like it's very
Whole wheat.
yeah, good for you. Lots of good
Very
stuff.
dense.
Yeah, that was dense and diverse.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Thanks.
Nice.
So we have Country Critters here. We have Julie. And Julie, what is your part in this Country Critters business?
Well, I'm the cheesemaker and herd manager.
And what do you herd?
goats
Ah!
and some cows.
Yes. Oh, good. So do you make milk from your cows as well as your goats?
Yes.
Okay. And do you sell your milk right out? Like, is it pasteurized or raw?
Raw
Good.
milk.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
both cow and goat.
nice. And let me see. What else do you have for products? I heard you have some sausage. You have goat sausage?
Yep, goat meat. We have beef, eggs,
Wow. So you're a real
and
farm.
rabbit.
And rabbit. Yes.
It's a new one.
Yeah, that's great. And there are a lot of people that do like rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
It
found
seems
that
like a
out.
very clean meat. Good to cook with for different things.
Yep.
Excellent.
Not a lot of grain. They
Right.
eat a lot of hay and very little bit of grain.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Wow. So if you had a choice on, I noticed that you have several different cheeses. What is your favorite cheese?
I like the marinated ones I came out with. The grapeseed oil
Uh-huh.
with some Italian herbs.
Oh, and so what makes them, so you make the regular goat cheese and then you press the herbs into them, or you soak the cheese? How do you do that?
I just drizzle the grapeseed oil on the cheese itself, and then I sprinkle the herbs on top.
Nice,
And then it
nice and
steeps
fresh.
overnight.
And
And
voila.
yeah, and up until I sell it.
Nice. Nice. So do you have a special recipe that you like? Like, do you like to put the goat cheese on pizzas, or
I'm very
you
creative.
can use the whole
I
thing?
get a lot of cheese. but
Yeah.
yeah, we make cheesecake out of my unseasoned.
Oh.
I made lasagna the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used it as my ricotta.
Right. Darn, to have to use goat cheese.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. So let me see. What word would you say best describes the farmer's market for you?
Goat cheese.
So did you say
Goat cheese.
goat
Yes.
cheese? Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
How are you? Good. Good. So we're here today at the Keene Farmers Market, and you have all kinds of beaded jewelry. Okay. Now, do you have a company name?
I do. It's Beeden in Eden, like the Garden of Eden.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. So how did you get into this?
Well, I've been a beadaholic since I was a little girl, but I worked a 4-day job so that I could have a day freed up so that I could do more jewelry. And the farmers markets have allowed me to do it full time.
Wow.
Yep.
So that's a wonderful thing.
I made the big jump and
Yeah.
said, this is my passion,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make it work.
Excellent.
And instead of just doing craft shows right before Christmas, this goes all season long. I do 5 different ones a week, and Keene is the best.
Well, you know, really, the farmers markets are a great way to go because you've got all these people that are buying local, and you're making this locally.
I am.
Yeah, and so, you know, it all ties in, and you get some great food while you're here, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely
yeah.
fresh.
Yes, yeah. So if you had a choice, what would be one of the pieces here that you really like? I mean, I know you like all of them. but
I like this one. This is Soda Light, and it's popular because it goes well with blue jeans, which I'm not wearing today. But it's a very
it looks almost like lapis lazuli.
it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not as blue, but
Right.
it's more denim-y, and this one's just got character with all the
Yeah.
white through it.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
beautiful.
guess.
So how long would it take you to make something like this?
Well, the design, once I have the design and I know what beads I'm going to put together, sometimes the process of selecting the beads that go together is longer than the actual stringing.
Right.
Stringing it, and I make the clasps myself. So if I've already got the clasp made and I know the design, I can do it in less than a half an hour.
Wow.
And the earrings to match.
Yep.
Got to have the earrings to match.
That's great. That's great. Well, I love looking at these. I mean, you've just got some beautiful colors here, greens and browns and blues, and
I try to make something for every outfit.
Yeah.
My color spectrum has
Yeah.
really grown.
yeah, that's great.
I'm finding a lot of different jaspers and agates and different gemstones to complement anybody's wardrobe.
Right, right. They're beautiful. So I have a question to you. What would be your word for the farmers market if you had just one word to choose from?
For me, it would be empowerment because it allowed me to go self-employed
Excellent. Excellent.
and to meet a lot of great people in the process.
Go farmers market.
Yes.
So today we've been at the Keene Farmers Market, and we have met so many nice people. It's all about community, local, fresh produce. It's just fun and friendly, and I would suggest that anybody that has a chance to go to any farmers market, make a choice and go to the farmers market and buy your products. There's a different farmers market in the Keene area or surrounding area, so you just need to know when the the markets are happening and just make a choice to go. So my word today is Keene Farmers Market. And I know that's more than one word, but we have 3 words. It's worth it. If you're interested in offering more information about things that you'd like to see on In My Backyard, please feel free to email us. And our email address is inmybackyardch8@gmail.com. And we'd be happy to get information from you and get back to you and let you know that that's something that we'd really like to learn more about. So anyway, give us a call or email us. We'll see you again in my backyard.
People.
Milk. Friendly.
Local.
Community.
Fresh.
Diverse.
Goat cheese.
Empowerment.
Squash.